player use Jinhsi, you'll notice. Oh yeah, so this is where we stopped because I was like, there's no way. With that being said, of course, our casual audience, she does fall behind newly buffed Phoebe. It's bullshit. The new best DPS Zane. By the way, let's just be honest. And again, when I read this, it's just like, dude, you look at this, Phoebe via Ciaccona. Maybe I just have a different look on tier lists, but I think tier lists should be catered towards the casual audience. And I feel like if you're saying, hey, if you get Peeb and you want to spend another $200, it'll be better than Jinhsi. When Jinhsi's free-to-play team is... Oh my god, bro.
The newest tier list for Wuthering Waves has sparked a lot of controversy. A lot of people are upset at some of the placements. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the criteria, because this is something that I want everyone to beat this into their heads, right? Because people are like, is this tier list made for casual players, or is it made for people who are being optimal? A lot of people get that really confused, right? So this says all characters are assumed to be utilized in their full best 3-man team, played with optimal baseline rotations without input mistakes. Baseline rotations, right? This is why the expert tag exists. That excludes the expert tag. Keep that in mind. Using best echo main sets and correct energy regen values. This means the overwhelming majority of rotations will be executed in a simplistic one character at a time manner, right? No quick swapping. Quick swapping usually is going to involve the expert tag, hence Changli. If you ever looked at any of these Prydwen tier lists, maximum level gold rarity echoes, that's fine. And then the other thing we have to look at is, so sequence 0, otherwise stated, such as Rover Spectro, which starts at sequence 6. And then also the other is R1 at 5-star weapons, right? The not necessarily free, but the weapons anyone can obtain, right? I forgot where I found it. Maybe it was under one of the characters' kits, but it does say that they do try to make their tier lists in favor of the casual player base, which is why the expert tag exists, obviously. So DPS characters focus on being your main damage dealers, and the rest of your team is built to synergize with them and make them stronger, right? There's characters, for instance, like Havoc Rover, which people will run as sort of like a sub DPS on certain teams, whereas they're only being assessed in their main DPS role on this tier list, right? So keep that in mind in case that character moves down. And I believe that is it. It's the only thing I wanted to take a look at. So let's look at the changelog. Here we go. All right. Ciaccona's release hasn't updated the meta too drastically yet. The main benefactor of her release right now is Phoebe, and while she's a side grade, which I thought so, or an upgrade to several characters, aka Spectral Rover, right? And then Cartethyia being a potential candidate. Obviously she's going to be insane for Cartethyia. And then Arrow Rover is just straight booty butt cheeks, but yeah, extremely clunky character. Zani did in fact change things up. Following further testing for our team, a lot of the DPS ratings in the Tower of Adversity were shaken up as a result of this. Yeah. Okay, Ciaccona makes a shocking entrance as a T0 character where the erosion team isn't even complete yet. This is for a lot of reasons. Quick rotations, get team flexibility, get damage output. I think I was watching like Saint earlier or something today, and he was running Phoebe with Ciaccona, right? I personally don't have Ciaccona. Maybe I'll pull for the character, but I really want to pull for Cartethyia. I was going to skip Ciaccona anyway, since I have a guarantee, but we'll just see what happens. If you click on Ciaccona and you look over to her teams, her best team at the moment is Absolution State Phoebe, with Ciaccona being her support, and then obviously either Spectral Rover, Surekeeper, or Verena. Let's see. She is usable with Zani, but she's a side grade, because if we were just to hop over here and look at Zani, we'll see. I can never get to the fucking thing. Oh my god, it's about to trigger me. Holy shit. If we go to Zani and look at our best team, obviously Phoebe, she's like she's a side grade. That's what she is, right? Phoebe is her best in slot. She's going to give Zani everything that she wants. And that's what I was saying in one of my other videos. And it's like people didn't understand that. Like I had 46 idiots that just didn't understand that I was saying like them being like on the same banner. I'm trying to save you guys money. Like them being on the same banner is like just put Phoebe on the second banner. That's all I was saying. I don't know. It's like really weird. Gacha community just hates when you say like this bad or this like predatory. I don't know. It's weird. Also got weird comments. People saying that like Phoebe isn't that much better in that in this role for Zani applying like Frazzle. I was like, what? I'm so glad I pulled Phoebe like super early. I'm clear. I was clearing Dragon of Dirge like 30 seconds in the tower. I'm clearing that motherfucker in like 30 seconds. Like it's a different team. The team feels so much more comfortable when you have Phoebe on it rather than like Spectre over. Side tangent. The Gacha community just cannot take criticism at all. Jinhsi moves down. I think this is fair. I don't know how you can disagree with this. I think it's completely fair because I'm sure it says in the tier list and we'll take a look at it. Carlotta was already out DPSing Jinhsi in her best team. And I'm pretty sure in her best team, they share the same support, which is freaking JJ. And also like not like she's not doing more in terms of like damage, right? Like if you're playing her optimally, the damage is like pretty similar, but she's like freezing enemies. She's freezing, like she just blows through holograms, right? Like obviously this is tower, but when you freeze, and I've said this many times before, which is why if you compare like Zenless or something, right? When like characters like Miyabi that can freeze enemies consistently and just make them not attack you, and anytime a character in the game freezes an enemy, it's like the most OP thing ever. It's so good. Freeze is always something that's like almost impossible to balance inside of these gacha games, right? Which is why in freaking Genshin they made freeze like freaking butt cheeks. It's starting to be good now because of characters like Sitlali and what's the other one that just came out, the freaking cook chick, Escaflowne or whatever her name is, Escoffier. Yeah, like freeze is just super good. Freeze is just always going to be something that's just very tough to balance around, right? I think was Phoebe in E0 or did she just move up due to her? Okay, this is Whimpering Wastes changes. Wow, they made Zani T0 and Whimpering Wastes. After further testing, we won't sugarcoat it. Zani is a beast in Wuwa, not just tower. She has several high damage and cleave abilities with high enough damage to wipe out enemy waves with just one nightfall. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like as like a Zani main, like she's nuts. She's absolutely nuts. I see Zero and Whimpering Wastes though, because it's not like you have. Is there a token that would give her infinite ult? I know there's one where, because if we're not using the plunder, which like everyone uses, right? If we look at the one where you skill and it recharges your liberation, that token is slapped on. The one that recharges your liberation for every like skill use, it is so good. Changli Jinhsi goat it with that token. You just have to play Changli in reverse instead of like heavy attacking into like liberation into heavy attack. You would like liberation into heavy attack into you know, like outro or some shit. But I'll take their word for it. I didn't use Zani in my Whimpering Waste clear. I stayed with Camilla, Jian. I think I did run Jinhsi, Changli, because I love that quick swap team in Whimpering Wastes. And then Zani was 1.5, moves to 0.5. I guess that makes sense because she got a lot stronger with the introduction of Ciaccona. Ciaccona's buffing her damage in Absolution, at least, right? Like, because I use Zani a lot, I'm always in Confession, but like with Absolution, I guess Ciaccona just makes it, enables her to go from solely being a dual DPS quick swap character to an easy nuker across multiple waves. She has a lot of AoE. Phoebe has a lot of AoE. She needs Ciaccona for this, so she gets the partner tag in relation to her. However, her expert tag was removed, and she's really easy with Ciaccona now. How does Ciaccona change Phoebe? Interesting. Because I know you can do like basic 1 2 3 dash into hold, and then you know you can also, you have the option of doing skill teleport skill, but I didn't know Ciaccona made her easier. Again, I don't have the character. Maybe someone can let me know down in the comment section how she's making her easier. But so they moved Confession Phoebe up as well, because I did see that earlier. I believe she had two she has 2 placements on here. Yeah, look at that. She has 2 placements. One is a DPS and one is a hybrid. Interesting. I don't know if I necessarily agree with I'll have to test it myself, you know. I always give them the benefit of the doubt until I test it myself. I'll take their word on this. This makes sense to me. It's just Confession does no damage. It really doesn't do much damage. So it's like her being a hybrid is just like it's a little strange to me. Her being in 0.5 in a hybrid is a little strange. I could see maybe T1. I don't know. I'll have to test it. I don't want to like speak too confidently on it without like actually testing it myself. Havoc Rover moves down. I know some people are probably upset about that, but like I said, this is the Havoc Rover if you're running them as a main DPS, right? This isn't like if you're throwing them on as like just to fill your 3rd slot. Shang Liao moves down. I know that probably pissed some people off. And then obviously if you play optimally, which isn't too difficult on this guy at all, then he moves, because in my personal opinion, the hardest character in the game used to be Chang Li. I think it's Zane now. But yeah, my goat has expert tag +2. If you're quick swapping her, she sits at T0. I completely agree with that. Nothing else changed on the bottom of the tier lists, but Shang Liao moving down. Let's see if it says why, because I know some people are probably pissed because of that. I personally don't care. I do have him at S0 R0 though, so I definitely expert tags. Some of our readers might remember we discussed Shang Liao getting an expert tag in one of our past change logs if he were to drop due to Jinhsi causing casual Shang Li to fall in T1 where he's closer to his competition than T0.5. Due to his ability to swap cancel a ton of his kit with characters like Chang Li, much like Jinhsi. If you learn quick swap Shang Liao, he will be top tier even to this day. If you don't and play him casually, he's still super casual friendly, and it's very difficult to get hit with him due to the enemy slowdown. He retains very good damage. They're just like glazing him at the end because it's like, hey, we're moving him down. Let's say he's still got some other stuff going for him. He's not bad, I promise. Don't hate us. That's what that sounded like at the end. I want to check one more thing. What was that? I literally forgot. Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about Jinhsi. With that being said, for our core casual audience, they literally said it there, our core casual audience, she does fall behind the newly buffed Phoebe via Ciaccona, who needs Phoebe apparently, which is why she has the partner tag. The new best DPS Zani, if Phoebe is considered as her teammate, which Prydwen Cartethyia considers their best possible team. So yes, Phoebe is considered her teammate. And Carlotta, who's already dethroned Jinhsi on her release as the best DPS at the time. Yeah, like I said, they share the same support, which is JJ, but Carlotta's out DPSing her. Do they have the numbers here? I just want to check it real quick. I have no idea to get back to the page by clicking tier lists without scrolling down a million times. I know they have, is it calculations? 527181. Wait, what? 53494. Oh, but it's like, it's 13.65 seconds. And this is also, that might be optimal. Whereas Carlotta, you don't have to be optimal at all. There's no optimals. 13.76. What do they mean then? That's literally worse. Are we stupid? What? That doesn't make any sense. $39,184. Oh, is it because JJ? I know why. It's because JJ buffs Glacial. It's because JJ buffs Glacial, right? I know she does skill damage, obviously, which benefits them both, but she buffs Glacial as well, right? Is that what it is in her outro? Freak is outro at. Glacial amplified 20% and skill. That's why right there. Okay, I was like so confused. I was like, why? She's like more damage. Okay, yeah. So she does. That's cool though. That's cool that they released a character that's essentially, like, though it's actually weaker if you're not, if you're taking into account they don't have a support. Jinhsi's out DPS in Carlotta, but because of the glacial, that's Wuthering Wastes balances their game really well. They really balance their game really well. I'm gonna probably make an HSR tier list because it's getting pretty bad, and I got some stuff to say. Like, I love the way Kuro balances their game. It's really good. It's actually really good. A lot of characters are really relevant still to this day. But I mean, I've been yapping for a while. That's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys think about the tier list. Nothing else changed that was too impactful. Yeah, we still love seeing we need more 4 stars in this game, I swear to God. Like, it's nice still seeing 4 stars in 0.5 and T0. I can guarantee you go to HSR, you won't see that. You won't see that at all. That shit's about to be all 5 stars. Look at that. Look at this garbage, bro. You have freaking Gallagher over here, but like, that's it. Everyone else is just, that's so garbage, bro. Oh my gosh, that's so garbage. Yeah, I think that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts on the tier list. Did I miss anything? If you have any info, oh, there's one more thing I did want to talk about. I believe her rotation, she has one of those, like, because a lot of people think this character is deserving of the expert tag. Look at that. An introvert, okay. You gotta cancel and shit. You gotta cancel twice. Intro, basic 3-4, jump cancel out of 4, mid-air attack 1-2, basic 4, skip. Nah, she might need expert tag. No casuals doing that. No casuals doing that. She might need expert tag. Just drop her down, give her expert tag. I think we're good, and I think the community would be a little less upset. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you thought about the tier list. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.